Hello everyone and welcome to round 2 of Co-op Career, and today we are in Malaysia, and you'll see here that I am completing what was my fastest lap in the session of 36.7, half a second off pole. A bit closer than I was in Australia, but still just in the middle of the top 10 there in 5th place. But then on my next lap, which I was planning to do, Alonso was just parked right on the apex, which was really weird. Of course, I hit him straight off into the gravel. I then retired from the session and I spectated him. And he's going along at what? That's 20 miles an hour on the racing line. Now he's hitting 40, which is an incredible speed for him. But you see a group of cars coming along here, and the Force India of, I think, Adrian Sutil gets hit and he's off the track. Two Lotuses just fit through. Then he blocks his teammate, and his teammate goes straight into the back of the Force India and hits off some of his front wing, which is insane. But the Mercedes qualified 5th and 6th in the session, which was a little bit worse than we did in Australia. But as we go out to the race now, I was expecting quite good things from this race because I've had good pace here in the past. But with the lights going out here in Malaysia, we are go, and we've got an incredible start. It must have been a lag start or something. So it looks like I've got a jump start on the rest of them, and I'm already about to go side by side with Alonso. I'm now side by side with Alonso as we go into turn 1, trying to outbrake him. He's sticky on the outside, but I've got enough turn in to just about keep the position. So it was me, Alonso, Webber on the first lap, and it was looking good for me on these options. I really felt comfortable on them. I could lean on them, and they weren't giving me that much wear actually, but by lap 3 they're a little bit bad, and especially my front left was getting quite bad. But you'll see that Alonso has caught me right up. I gained around a 5-second gap, and you'll see that my teammate has moved into 3rd place, but he starts on the primes, and his race goes very badly from here. But we're going side by side with Alonso here, but he's going to cut straight back under us, and we're not going to be able to get the drive, but we will have the DRS because of where the DRS detection points are on this track. And we will get in his slipstream, looking for a move into turn 1 to try and keep position here into the braking zone. He tries to get underneath me, which he is completely underneath me actually. But you see Alonso there going really fast, about 1.2 seconds faster than me, but I keep the position just about. He couldn't get the drive out of that corner. But moving on then to lap 5, which is the next point he could attack me, and he was amazingly good through this corner, which I was having lots of understeer, and he literally just got the drive out of it there. And of course he has the DRS as well, but I'm dipping into his slipstream. But of course I've got something up my sleeve here, because I'm going to go for the undercut, which means I'm going to go straight down his inside. Look like I've completely outbroken myself, and then I go into the pit lane and into my pit stop for another set of the option tyres. 3-stop race this. It's quite a long race, and there's quite high tyre wear compared to Australia. But you'll see here that I resumed 12th place, which is surprisingly low actually. I thought we'd be a bit higher up than that by lap 6. But 12th place isn't too bad, and of course I hadn't seen my teammate up to this point since the starting grid. But we caught up to Ricardo here, and there's a little bit of a wheel bump there as he kind of closed me in. But I took the position anyway, so I realised that I need to get this undercut as much as possible on Alonso if I want to overtake him. When he pitted at the end of lap 6, and he had come out just in front of me, and I'm trying to get past. There's lots of cars which still haven't pitted yet, which is why we're in 7th and 8th. I went a bit wide there, which is a bit silly of me, getting a bit of dirt on my tyres as we head up to the end of the first sector, and Alonso is getting a little bit off in the distance already. He has a very good pace during this race. You'll see the Force India there ahead of him, of DeResta I think it is, and Raikkonen's 3.3 seconds back, although he's not a threat to me at the moment, as all I'm doing right now is I have a rich fuel mix, is trying to pass Alonso for what is the net lead. But you'll see here the Force India and the Sauber in front are going quite slow, and Alonso's a bit out of shape, and I'm going to have a move into this left-hander, and Sutil brakes really early. Alonso goes into the back of Sutil, but I take the pair of them because I have to, because I broke at the normal point when I'm out braking someone, yet Sutil broke so early. But you see Gutierrez up there in 5th place, doing a really good job for Sauber, and you'll see that my teammate is the one leading this queue with Massa, another Force India. But I'm going to go down the inside of Gutierrez here. Their tyres are ruined, and DeResta doesn't even get on the power there, so I end up going into the back of him, and my teammate has a really loose rear end, and he has to pit on this lap even though he's on the primes. But you see all the cars behind me, so many cars going down this straight. DeResta brakes early, and I'm up into 4th place, and the Ferrari of Felipe Massa goes into the pits. But luckily for me, Alonso gets caught behind the Force India and the Sauber, so that gave me a little bit of a gap, which he didn't catch up till lap 11, which he had the DRS, of course, as you would expect, and he's going round the outside here, and of course I run wide because I've got really bad understeer in this car, and he's yet again looking around the outside, but oh, there's a little bit of contact, but he's still there, and he's got the run on me here, going up into the first sector, and then he literally pushes me off the road, which is just unbelievable. But I just outbrake him around the outside, because the AI don't like being pushed against the inside, and I am through. And then at the end of lap 12, remember I had the undercut? Yeah, this is the bit where it hurts, because my front left is completely ruined, and I couldn't get the turn in this corner. Alonso literally out-turns me, instead of just overtaking. And then, of course, the end of that lap, I pitted, and so did Alonso, which is bad news for me, because it means that I couldn't get any kind of advantage. As we pulled into the pits, we are putting on our first set of prime tyres. It'll be interesting to see what these tyres are like in this race, because I'm not usually that good on the prime tyres. I'm quite good at keeping the wear on them, but not on pace-wise. As yet again, I go on the inside of the curb for some reason, and come out in 5th place with Busson somewhere near me, but on lap 14, right behind the rest, up into 3rd place due to other people pitting, and I kind of cut the corner there, which is a bit naughty of me, so I stayed behind De Resta as we go into this really difficult right-hander, which I hate. But De Resta's tyres are pretty old, so I'm going to go down the inside here, and Alonso, who was ahead of me, has gone, and now Webber, the guy who was 5 seconds behind me, has caught up, and he's already having a go due to me being stuck behind the Force India going into the last corner. Can he outbrake me here? No, he can't. He's going to stay behind me as we go into this 2nd straight, getting a nice run out of there, but no curves left. We have to use curves when I go across the line, as Webber is really fast, and you'll see that the car behind him is, well, the car that will be approaching behind him will be Jenson Button, but Webber doesn't get the move stuck because I've got enough tyre wear, luckily, to actually turn the car. But on lap 15, you'll see that Webber is actually right behind me, and then you see Busson there as well. He's the other threat to me because that is 4th position, not due to pit stops, because Webber's on the option tyres, which is why he has so much extra speed. But I go down the inside of him, and of course he's going to get the DRS on the other side though, and then something weird happens, because look, he kind of slows down there, which is a bit weird, but then going down into this first corner, he just completely outbrakes himself and hits me off wide, and then he takes the position, and of course then he goes flying, which is a bit weird, there's a bit of lag. But then Jenson Button has a go at me, but luckily I keep the position over him. But Webber just starts running away from me, and he pits early in the lap 20. And on lap 20 I had a massive slide. I had Button behind me for so many laps, but then he got past on lap 20, and he was up into 2nd place, which meant that I was off the podium for now. But then on lap 21, ghosting a bit because I passed the Marussia. And me and Button are pitting on the same lap again, which is really disappointing, because it means that I won't have any kind of tyre advantage or pace advantage with an undercut. Out the pits then, and then on lap 23, a couple of laps later, Button's a bit out of shape, and I had really good pace on these options. See, I'm seeing a purple sector there as I look to pass Button, who's going really wide around that corner, and then I just literally have to run out the corner, and then he hits me for some reason, but never mind. And I'm up into 3rd place, and here you see Bianchi on lap 24, and I actually get the fastest lap of the race here, 37.4. Not the fastest lap overall, but the fastest lap at the time. And then Alonso took out the victory with Webber in 2nd and me in 3rd. And my teammate unfortunately couldn't make the 4-stop work and ended up in 11th place. And in the championship you see that I'm leading with my teammate in 4th, and the constructors as well, Mercedes is leading. But this has been it from me. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.